Today I'm going to be starting off with my foundation. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation in the color F7. I'm going to be blending this out with a Morphe Y7 brush. I actually didn't know that they were both 7s, but that's pretty cool. As you can see, I didn't use a primer, but if I was going to use a primer, it would be the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer. I'm going to be doing my brows off camera today, but I do use the Anastasia brow powder and my Morphe brush. I have a tutorial down below that I will have linked for you if you'd like to see how I do my brows. Also, to prime my lids, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the color C6. As you can see, I'm taking this light peachy shade from the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm working this all over the crease from the inner corner, from the outer corner. I like to go back and forth, circular motions, and really make sure that the edges are all blended really nice and soft. Next, I'm taking this Morphe Y15 brush and I'm going to go in with this deep red shade from the Morphe palette, and I'm going to pack this on the outer corner. And I like to pack first to get the most pigment and then start to blend. As you can see, I'm kind of pushing from the outer corner and back from the inner corner, pushing this shade around so that way the edges are blended really softly. Here we are again with that light peachy shade again. I'm going to go back and blend out those edges because I really like everything to be seamless. So I'm going to try and make it seamless. We're back with that red shade again. I'm going to go back in and pack a little bit more just to make sure it's nice and dark before I go in with the next step. As you can see here, I've got the NYX multitasker and my favorite formula of highlighter, glitter, whatever you want to call it. This is the Diamond Glow powder from the Artist Couture, and this is in the color Yas. Like, yes, girl, get that on your lid, okay? But anyways, what I do is I mix the multitasker on my hand, just a little drop, and I add some of that, mix it a little bit. Then I applied that to my eye first just so it acts as a glitter glue for the pigment. And I put that on dry as well over top just to make sure it really pops. And it's really important to blend out the edges of that multitasker with your fingers first so that way you don't have any harsh lines. And when I go back in with this red here, there's not a line where you can see where there's glitter glue and not. So once that's on and poppin', we're going to go back and we're going to conceal under the eyes with the same concealer from earlier. I like to put some under the eyes, in the center of my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and my chin as well. And then I'm going to use the Real Technique sponge to blend this out. I like to use this sponge to blend out the concealer, and then I also use it to bake with the Coty Airspun Naturally Neutral Translucent Powder, and I like to pack that under, making sure there's no creases before I lay down the bake. I have oily skin, so I have to make sure I press that in around the nose, my forehead, and also my chin because, that's where we get oily, This is the Morphe, I'm not sure because there's no number on it, but I take some, dip it in there, swirl it on the lid, tap off the excess, and then I kind of use whatever is left on that brush to set where I'm going to be applying my bronzer. Here I'm going to be taking the Morphe 8H Contour and Highlight Palette. I'm going to be using the two top bronzing shades and this Morphe brush here. This is the two shades are called Donut and Debutante, and I really love these two because they warm up my face, and I feel like my foundation is just a tad too light, but the next shade looked a little too dark, so I went with this one. And So I like to go in a little extra with the bronzer just to make up for the fact that it's a little too light. When I'm contouring or bronzing, I like to make sure it's all really blended and really soft, taking it back to your ear basically, and making sure that you're contouring for your right face shape and what you need is really important as well. Here I'm taking it around my forehead, just around the perimeter of my face, and I'm gonna go under the chin, make sure that's nice and taken care of, you know what I mean. Here I'm taking the color Donut and just putting it on the sides of my nose just to define it a little bit more and make sure it's, you know, taken care of, because we got to make sure it's all good. And here we're perfecting it just a little bit with some translucent powder, letting it sit for a little bit. So for highlight slash glow, I'm going to be taking this Wet n Wild highlighting powder here. And since it's a little bit too dark to be like a full-on highlighter, I like to run this over my cheeks and bring it back towards where I'm going to be highlighting, just to make sure it's all really nice and glowy. I like that glow from the side, when you turn your head a little bit, you know, I like that glow, girl. And I'm going to use the Anastasia and Nicole Guerrero highlighting palette. Mine's a little broken. It's been through a lot, but as you can see, it's still shiny, it's still popping, it's still one of my favorite highlighters. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use this to highlight my highlight, basically, on my cheeks. Take that down the nose, above my arches of my eyebrow, a little on the forehead, just really a little bit here and there, and a little bit over the lips. Yes, I know I need some chapstick. I know. I'm going to be using my favorite nude. This is Bow and Arrow by Kat Von D and Kylie Cosmetics lip gloss in the color Literally. And I'm going to use my favorite setting spray. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter. Makes your makeup stay all day, all night. Yes, that's why it's called All Nighter. Anyways, I did not film an intro or an outro. I'm really sorry about that, but if you made it to the end of the video, please make sure to subscribe. I would appreciate it so much. I'm going to be posting every week, and I'm really excited to be posting more and to really put myself out there more. My social media is here listed below and also on the screen, so feel free to follow me, like this video, leave a comment, let me know what you want to see, and I will be back with another video. Thank you so much.